Just, just mind your head here. I don't want to have brought you all the way here, only to have to turn round and take you all the way back because you have a concussion. Yes. And here we are. Not quite the exquisite beauty that you may have been thinking of, but an important place nonetheless. This is my family mausoleum. Well, my mortal family at the very least. This is where it all began. And it all ended, in some respects. This is where my mortal life came to a close, and where what you see before you now began. You see here? My name. My original name. Jonathan. I haven't been called that name in a very, very long time. I never took it with me. I felt that once my mortality had come to a close, it was only right to shed the name as well. Become something new. And how new it all was. Not everyone has a funeral, you understand. Many of my kind will take the change and then continue their lives. Changes in lifestyle and moving on before anyone notices the lack of aging. But I wanted to put it to rest. It was the end of my old life and the beginning of my new. It made sense to allow that mortal man to sleep his eternal slumber. Remember that in this day and age was when we believed that the soul was a mortal capacity of humankind, and that all else was a soulless creature under the eyes of a one true deity. So it made sense. Put my soul to rest. Allow it to be taken by the fluttering wings of angels to a better place, while my corpse, my shell, continued its fun life. Funny to think about it now. Some may say the naivety of youth. How naive one can be, and how age makes one wiser, and more stubborn in some ways. I think of the way I squandered my mortality, the way I became so excited about this everlasting life, the things that I could do, the research, the projects, the adventures, all in some never-ending wild chase. But as time goes on, you miss the simple things. The dawn, the dusk, the feeling of warmth upon your skin. Taste. Love. Not that these things are beyond my kind, though if we catch a dawn, that is the end of us. But it is different. As I am sure I have said many times, it is the finite nature of you mortals that make life so worth living. Knowing that you have a limited time means that you savor the moment. Or, at the very least, you should. But when you have all eternity, knowing that there is no end, that you can keep going for as long as you want, the adrenaline wanes, the excitement dulls. And then, people like you appear. You. A tasty little morsel. A mere snack to turn my cold flesh warm for a few hours. And you change my life. Provide excitement where I had not felt any for decades. A little spur, a little adrenaline, a little dopamine. And suddenly this existence is worth continuing for a few more years. I am very much living vicariously through you, your mortal, finite nature. Get my blood pumping. The way you react. The wonder that you have in all things that I am. It reminds me of myself. Reminds me of the man I was when I was still a mortal. Full of wide-eyed wonder. The potential, the excitement. Think of all that I could do with that amount of time. Similar to the way that these mortals dream of winning the lottery, is it not? Think of all I could do with that money. The things that I could afford. The trips that I could go on. The adventures that I could see. And yet when the money is theirs, the enjoyment of it glitters by in the blink of an eye. Friends suddenly become interested in all that you can give. Lovers become more demanding. Family and suddenly you have more money than you know what to do with, and no one to do it with. Not too dissimilar to the gift that I have been given. Family that disappears because you cannot see them. Friends who know you but want more. They want the gift that you have, the envy builds up, and suddenly they are no longer so friendly. Perhaps that is why I decided to have a funeral. Put to bed the life that I had so that I could cut all ties. Start anew. No family, for they mourned the man that I once was. No friends, for they could eternally remember the good times that we had spent together. No lovers, though with the reincarnation into the night, the dynamic of love changes entirely. For there is no till death do us part. There is only a moment. The eternal stillness that beats in an undead heart. Can love last forever? Through its waxing and its wanes, its roller coaster of joy. The flicker of the heartbeat, the initial excitement, the fear of it going away, and what the future may hold that we cannot tell, and how it flexes into a state of knowing, a comfort, a safety. Safety we never thought we would have, and a safety that we feared we never would experience. But when you have eternity on your doorstep, can that love survive? Can you see that feeling and sensation in another person that will last forever? From the dawn of the night to the dusk of all eternity. Which is why I brought you here. No. There's no need to look both nervous and excited. I'm not offering you my gift. But I am offering you a gift. And now that you know the feelings, the complex nature of that which I am, would you like to take another step down into this world of mine? Or would you like to turn your back on it? I know that you fear the council. I know you fear that you may just disappear with all that you know. But I couldn't let that happen. I would find a way to allow you to turn your back on all of this and keep living. I trust you. I never thought I'd say that to one I once considered to be fine dining. But I do. I trust that you would not tell our secret. And if that trust is misplaced, perhaps there will be consequences for me after all. The choice is this. Will you become mine? Will you partake of my blood? Will you become a mortal creature that is a servant to me and my house? Extending your life, curing all ills, and loyal to the end. You will have to do everything I say, not because you want to, but because you will have no choice. You will see the world anew. And there will be a price to pay in how you live and all that you are. It is a step into the night and a step away from the day. And you will have to trust in me as I trust in you, that I will not exploit the power in which I have over you. I have many servants, many who work for me, but none that I have offered quite this gift. And I thought that here, where my life came to an end and my new life began, would be an apt place for me to open the door and give you the option of stepping through. An appropriate place for your new life to begin. So, what do you say? This was part 8 of Taste of the Dark. Read by Eric Vo.